What's up, Yanni?
Hey Tom, what's going on, man?
I'm all right. How we doing?
All good. All
All
good.
good. How was your trip to Greece?
Oh, it was great, man. It was great getting to go back home and see everybody. This trip was especially exciting, man. It's good
Definitely,
to be back
definitely,
here and getting some work in.
for sure. All right, so I want to jump right into this because obviously this is something we waited while we were in Greece. We wanted to do this. Um, we're gonna jump right into the music, but first, why don't you just tell all the listeners a little bit about you?
My name's Yanni. I go by Yanni Bravo. Grew up in Boston. I'm Greek Italian background. Um, 27 years old, and out here getting it. We just topped the charts in Greece this past summer, and we're looking to do bigger things ahead.
So when you're talking about hitting the charts, this is Lil Star, right?
Yep,
All
yep,
right, so
exactly.
why don't we just jump right into it? Lil Star, tell us all about it.
So we released Little Star, I think, at the end of August. Was it August 27th? We had a release slated with Madhouse Records, subsidiary of Minos EMI, Universal. This is my first label release. I was really excited to get this one going. We had this one in the works for about 2 years. I think the original song, I finished it when I was at Fashion Week in New York about 2 years ago. I showed it to my team. They really liked it, and they wanted me to pursue a good feature with it. Um, and, the rest was history, really.
That's awesome. So you said you guys hit the top charts. Where did you guys get to? Streams, number,
Yeah,
rankings. Give us some numbers.
we peaked at 14 on the charts. I think in our biggest day we did 50,000 streams in a day, which is really great because it was all Greek listeners. We really realized that there are a lot of Greek fans out there that really rock with us, and we
Hmm.
found a group of people that want to see more of our content, and that's what we're doing it for. That's what we're doing it for.
So you obviously left the key part out. It's always been goals to connect and work with some of the biggest names in Greece. Why don't you tell us who was involved in this?
In the making of this one,
Yeah.
okay, so this one started out. We had this record. We knew we wanted to do something big with it. It just so happened Light was coming to Boston for a show. We reached out and communicated with their team that we're available to do an opening, to open the show. They liked the idea and they brought us on board to open the show for him. The show was a big success. Everybody came out. We filled the club out. And from there, that's where I connected with Light for the first time. Really great guy. Everybody over there at Capital Music's good people. Um, from there, Light and I connected again in New York a couple weeks later before he headed back to Greece. We got out to a studio out there. We had the hook. There's actually an American verse recorded to Lil Star that I don't know if you guys are gonna get to hear or not, but we pushed that out to make way for Light's verse. The song was originally going to be myself and Light with myself on the verse as well. Um, but things changed a year later when we got word from Mad Clip's camp that he was interested in getting involved in the song. Um, and rest in peace to the legend.
For sure.
It was really an honor to have him, fuck with the song that heavily and and want to get involved. So we're thankful for making this work. So and Mad Clip ended up hopping on the song while he was in New York as well. We ended up bumping my verse off, giving the two verses to the the hip hop artists in Greece, Light and Mad Clip, and they killed it. We didn't want to touch it from there. It was pristine, and so we just shipped it out like that.
That's awesome. So work. You said this was something in the works for a while. Did you set goals along the way? And was there checkpoints or was there a day where everything just went parabolic and just flew to the end? Or what was the process like over the 2 years? I'm sure there was going back to the studio, changing things, correcting things.
I never changed my vocals. My vocals, I recorded them, sent them to my engineer in Chicago, and we liked them exactly as they were from the first mix, which is like crazy.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, so we're really happy with them. But from there was a long waiting period, right? From when we first recorded the song to when Light hopped on it to when Mad Clip hopped on it to when we slated it for release. In between, before Light hopped on it, I wasn't going to release the song unless we did something big with it. And even when Light hopped on it, uh, we were very critical of the song. Although we knew we had a hit on our hands, we didn't just want to release it without some backing from a label. And so it just so happened that we bumped into Madhouse just in our networking, and they fucked with the song. They helped us connect with Madclip, and from there the rest was history. You know, we're really happy for the partnership we had with them on that song, and considering that we got the audience that we were hoping for when we initially had the vision for the song, we were able to realize that vision and make it a reality. And that's what we set out to do.
That's amazing. Congratulations on this, man. I know it's been a dream, and just watching you throughout this process over the years, not just these 2 years, even prior to that. So music's obviously something that you've loved your whole life. So talk to me about growing up with music. What was happening before Lil Star? What was happening before that?
Yeah, so I looked back on my Spotify because I wanted to get this right. Our first big song dropped in 2017. It was called Get Busy. It was a remake of a Sean Paul classic. We released that song. It ended up getting picked up by Hood Clips with some meme videos. Those meme videos went and did some damage on the internet. I think the song's at 700,000 streams now, but it was going crazy back in 2017. We ended up picking up a lot of fans in Germany randomly. For some reason, the German crowd really loved it. Shout out to all my friends in Germany, Berlin, and that was when we first took off. But before that, we were just like anybody else, making music at the crib, putting in work with my good friends, and just releasing music to see what people liked, what they didn't like, and honing the craft from there.
Just trial and error. You would just put music out there just to see how people feel about it and learn from that.
Yeah, I think more recently, in like the last year or so, I've really honed in my strategy on taking criticism. I think our first song that released was called Money Talks. That was the first time I was really open to taking any criticism at all. Had a pretty big ego at first, and I wouldn't listen to anybody. I thought my shit was the hottest shit that existed, and if you didn't think so, maybe you had an issue. And Money Talks was the first time I was willing to take somebody's advice. It was my friend Kariotis, who's a producer that I met in Boston. And from there, little by little, I realized that learning how to take criticism is like an art. There's two types of criticism you get. The one type of criticism is a good type of criticism that can help you get better. Someone's giving you some input and it's valuable. A lot of artists will even pay for people to listen to their songs before release, give them some input so that they can incorporate it into their song before they release it. So if you can find a way to organize that sort of input and criticism and use it, that's great. And then the other type of criticism is just people projecting their negative thoughts on you. And you have to be careful not to get caught up in that because it can really knock you down. And if you act on something that's more so someone's personal issue rather than something that you can work on, you might end up tearing something down that you were already doing really well. Right. So what we've learned is that learning how to separate those two types of criticism will allow you to move forward more precisely and efficiently. And that's been a huge help for us.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a powerful trait to have because you see it every day, especially in the world with social media now where people put things out there and then you get the people coming in the peanut gallery just to leave comments, and I don't know if they're trying to be funny or are they projecting their problems, and then this goes on everywhere on social media. And to be able to know how to handle that, learn from it, that's very powerful.
Yeah, I've started to love those comments. I think when I was younger, it used to get to me, but I've realized that's really the quicker you fail, the better you become even faster, right? You can become stronger even faster. So I welcome these negative comments whenever we get them. Luckily, we haven't been getting many recently in the song. So
yeah.
I look forward to them just as much as the positive comments because we incorporate it into our grind and we use it to create a better result moving forward. So
listen, the positive comments are great, but you don't learn from them.
No, exactly.
They could just be a friend that wants to support you whether they like it or not. Whereas a negative one, there might be something there that you can learn from, or it might just be a troll. But I would say a good percentage of the time, there's actually a lesson you can learn from it.
There's value in those comments, even if if it's a good criticism, it fuels you up the mountain. And if it's a troll, it's also valuable because you might be able to get better insight into how people are feeling about what you're putting out. And it's just more data, right? It's more
Yeah,
data
it's data.
that you
That's
can
the perfect way
analyze
to put
and
it there.
incorporate.
Because if you're
What you're
trying to
putting
get
out.
to the masses, then you need to tend to the people that hate everything. And if you can get them to, if you can adjust to them, then now you're growing your audience.
The bigger you get, the more amplified each sentiment is, right? It amplifies each sentiment. If one person's saying it and you have 10 fans, when you have 100,000 fans, think about how many people will be saying that same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So tune your ears to all the comments and just use them appropriately.
That's awesome. Aside from music, you're obviously, I don't want to say just a music person, probably an artist slash creator. I've seen you running around social media lately with some fun facts and some inspirational stuff and some comedy skits. Has it just been is it more of an entertainer? Is that what you like to do? Entertain?
You know, when we released this last song, I didn't realize this before, but a lot of people reached out to me saying how inspiring our journey has been for them, for the folks that have seen us, you know, from where we started from. And so I realized that our impact in this world can be much greater than just entertaining, but also inspiring. So we look to use entertainment and comedy to get people's attention so that we can help inspire them to be the best, you know, selves they can be. Right.
I love that. Yeah, oh, that's great. Inspiring. That's the perfect answer. I want to know, obviously, your work ethic seems to be there. You're on a constant grind. It's been a journey, and I think you're the type that appreciates the journey and doesn't skip steps. You want to enjoy the ride. But what ticks Yanni? Like, what makes you go? What drives your work ethic?
To be honest, I have not cracked that code yet. The other day, I got up at 6 a.m. to shoot skits, go to work, come home, write a freestyle, shoot another skit when I got home. And I was looking back at it. I realized that wasn't normal, but I really enjoy what I do. I really enjoy putting together content that makes people happy and that can inspire them to be great. I enjoy making music. I enjoy being creative. And I just enjoy putting in that work. So I found a way to really enjoy the grind more than I might enjoy reaping the benefits of my success. And so I latch onto that feeling and I keep going.
That's good. Well said.
Yeah.
Not bad. All right. So now I want to talk to you about, we talked about Lil Star. It did great. Did it exceeded your expectations, or is that where you wanted to be?
It exceeded my expectations. Sure. Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay. Are there plans for that follow up?
Yeah, we have a lot of music now in the works. We've been getting a lot of interest from different labels and different folks that want to get involved with what we're doing, and that's great. So essentially, what I'm focused on with my team is just putting in more work, especially on the content and music release side, to keep increasing that interest. Our goal is to stay independent as long as possible. We don't mind collaborating with labels here and there, and we really appreciate it and love our label partners. But as far as in the sense of shows and endorsements and all that, we want to stay independent as long as possible so that we can guide the theme of our content, you know, primarily without outside influence. And our goal is to keep going.
It's awesome. Really quickly, drop your contact. How can we find you on social media so anyone listening that's not watching the video edition can quickly look you up? Give me Instagrams, TikTok, social, websites,
on Instagram,
Spotify's. How can we find the music?
Yeah, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, we're New Yanni, NEWYANNI. And then our name is Yanni Bravo. So you can find us at yannibravo.com, YANNI, BRAVO.
Perfect. And on Spotify, we just search Yanni Bravo.
Yes, sir.
Love it. Um, I just want to get back into that content creation talk, the grind, the lessons you learned when you for in the social media world, and also want to talk about, let's say there was Yanni, there's new Yanni. What if there's next Yanni? What are you telling next Yanni, the 13-year-old next Yanni that wants to do something like you, get into the entertaining slash inspiring slash music world?
I liked how you phrased that one, Tony. You know, I honestly, I feel like I talk to next Yanni all the time. When people write to me, I like to write them back. And people ask me about the grind and how they can get their own grind going. I like to share the wisdom as much as I can. And I think it's really important to find something that you like to do, whether you get paid for it or not, something that you can go home and just shut your phone off and do for hours and stay up late doing, even if you have work or school the next day. I found that the best times to write my music were when I had a test the next day. For some reason, I was feeling the most inspired on those evenings. But it was something I really loved, something I was passionate about, something I was passionate about finding the next answers to, right? As an artist or as an entertainer, we're finding the next answers. We're finding we're giving a voice to the next group of people that are asking for it. So that's where I found my passion, and I was able to just spend endless hours investing into that craft. And that's what the next Yanni's gonna have to do to get to a level where people will admire that.
Awesome. No, that's well said, man. Look, it's been fun talking. I think you got a chance to tell everybody a little bit more about who you are. If there's anything else you want to drop, now's the time. If we missed anything, let me know.
Want to thank you for bringing me on today, Tony. I want to say thank you to my manager, Costas Francis, and my buddy, Yanni Bacolas, who've been really investing a lot of time in helping putting this together and helping us create this content and our content schedules. Really proud of our team, and I can't wait to see what we accomplish in these coming years.
Awesome. Now, I'm not letting you off the hook that easy because this is a Greece podcast, so we got to talk a little bit of Greece. We want to know, where's New Yanni from in Greece, or where does he like to visit in Greece? Tell us what New Yanni's trips are usually like in Greece.
Yeah, so my family's from Ayer Varvara. That's where my dad grew up. My mom's from New York, but her family's from Italy, so I'm Greek-Italian. My papu on my dad's side is from Florina, way up north, and my yaya's from Sparti. When I go to Greece, I usually stay in Athens. That's where all my buddies are. And we usually hanging out in the Varkis Aglifada area. And but we love all of Greece, man. Greece is a beautiful place. I love Eladara, man. There's nothing beats it. I'm always counting the days till I get back there to see my buddies and to experience life with my people out there. So it's always good times out there.
Don't worry, I wasn't blocking your face there. I was trying to refocus my face. For some reason, I was blurred out, so I had to put my hand as an object and pull back. All right, so let's talk some. Did you tell me? Let's talk some Greek cuisine. Like, what are some Greek foods you like?
Gyro. I love gyro. Just no cremidi, man. No onions.
No cremidi, huh?
Nah.
Why so?
The onions in Greece really smack, and it'll have your breath smelling for like days. And I'm good. So I hate cremidi breath. I love a lot of food, man. Uvetsi is bomb. I was eating a lot of pasticcio. My tia does it up crazy. And I feel like sometimes I go to Greece just to have her pasticcio. I love kolokido keftedes. Everything. It's all good. It's all good. The salads are great. Everything tastes bomb out there.
But you don't drink Greek coffee, huh? No coffee.
I don't drink coffee in general.
Okay. All right. So it's
Also
not just
I don't eat kotobukes.
You don't eat what?
Kotobukes. Chicken nuggets.
Got it. Aren't they called schnitzel?
No, that's something different.
All right.
I think schnitzel is like a German plate that they serve in some of the tourist areas. So
yeah, I mean, they bring your chicken nuggets, basically chicken tenders.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
Yeah. So your favorite vacation spot in Greece?
Rhodos.
I knew that. Old Town Roads
Yes.
at our place, Yanni's.
Yes.
And you got to go there this year. We got to spend some time together in Rhodos. We had the some good times at the beach there. What's the name of
Yeah.
that beach? Eli
Shout,
Beach.
shout out to the Telio brothers, DJ Gab, Sava, all my buddies out there, Foca. I miss my guys. Yeah, we have a
How
good
long
time.
did you stay in Rhodes this year?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Nice. That's a good amount of time. For those that haven't been to Rhodes, it's definitely the island you want to check out. It's got a lot to offer, lots of beaches, a lot of history. If you want to develop city, it's got that. I mean, you could take a 15-hour boat, which I know Yanni has done before, or you can fly in about an hour. Tell me about that time you
That time
the
that
boat ride.
taking the boat ride by myself.
The what?
The time you tricked me into taking the boat by myself.
How did that go down? Tell me. Remind me. Give me the fabricated version.
I'm with you in Greece. I'm with you in Rolos. And we had more fun than I expected. I stayed longer than I expected, and I ran out of money. And I only had enough money to get a boat back, a ferry back. I couldn't even afford a room. Because you kept milking my stay. You kept asking me to stay longer, which we had a great time. So I don't regret it. I get on. I think it's going to be fine because, I'll find somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
It was 15 hours of hell. Every time I was about to doze off and fall asleep, someone else was waking me up and asking me to move. It was about 15 hours of almost falling asleep. It was like an endless nightmare. But after...
But you made it. But the ride there wasn't bad because we had the cabin, and that made like 10 hours go by.
And the macaroni on the ferry.
Yes, I'm happy you remember that macaroni Mickey Mud dish.
Crazy.
We posted up at the goodies.
The best macaroni in Greece is on the ferry.
The best macaroni is on the Blue Star ferries, 100%. Better than grandma's macaroni.
Close.
Awesome, man. What else do I want to ask you about Greece? I think we covered everything. Foods, your places you like, where you're from. What's that?
You didn't ask me about Greek music.
Oh yeah, tell me. Aside from New Yanni, what kind of Greek music do you like?
I love what the new Greek trappers are doing. They're killing it. Light is on fire. Mad Clip, rest in peace, man. A legend. He really paved the way for a lot of people, especially myself. It was a big inspiration. Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys are doing great work, and it really shows. And you can see when you get to Greece, you can see and feel the Greek trap scene is just expanding every day. And it's really awesome to see. Besides that, I love a lot of the greats. Notis, legends. Mazo Nikes, crazy catalog. Vertis, I love Vertis too. A lot of these guys, man. I say that the characteristic about Greek music that stands out is the lyrics. The lyrics, they're always about relationships and life. And if you can understand the lyrics, it'll make the hair stand up on your arms.
It really does. That's a good way of explaining that.
Greeks, they understand life better than anybody else, and you feel it through their music.
Wow, well said. That was that might have to be an excerpt for this podcast. Yeah. I'll have to type that out and put it on the cover.
Word.
So if your go-to is a Mexico?
Oh yeah, dos.
Okay.
Notis, yeah.
Yeah. All right, good choice. Awesome, man. Really quickly, I got one or two more questions left, and then I'm gonna let you off the hook. I know I talked about work ethic earlier, but I want to phrase it like this. What inspires your work ethic?
I think once you get into the groove of working hard, it doesn't feel like you're working hard at all, especially when you enjoy what you're doing. And we really have fun with what we do. Me and my friends, we're always laughing when we're making these skits. We're always laughing when we're making these songs. There are a lot of things you can do out there that feel like work, and this doesn't feel like it. But just knowing that we can have a really big influence on this world if we put the work in and put our heads down and log our hours, you know, it means a lot. And every time we hit a little milestone, it's a reminder of how far we've come and what our work has resulted in. And it makes you hungrier and hungrier. And so I let my experiences fuel my work ethic, and it's been working so far.
Awesome. You guys heard it there. This is New Yanni, at New Yanni on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can look him up on yannibravo.com, subscribe on Spotify, get on all of this stuff. You can listen to his music. You can watch his skits that have been cracking me up lately, and you can see what he's tweeting about and just have that constant feed. I mean, he's putting in the work. He's here to inspire and entertain. So receive it at the other end, and I'm sure it's going to put a smile on your face, guys. Yanni, this has been a good talk. Can't wait to get this up because obviously we wanted to do this for some time to talk about you with that big hit, Lil Star. So there's the name of the song. If you guys are still wondering, you can look it up, Lil Star, with Yanni Bravo, Light, and Mad Clip. So thank you, Yanni. And
thanks for giving me the platform, Tony. Appreciate it.
For sure. We're going to talk soon. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening to Grease Chats, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
See you.